Hey, what's going on everyone? Today I wanted to talk about the recently revealed Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. It's going to be a platform fighting game developed by Fair Play Labs, Game Mail Entertainment, and Ludosity. Now, if you've been living under a rock like the homie Patrick and don't know what that is, this video is going to serve as a compilation of all the confirmed information regarding the game. If I'm being honest, the day the trailer dropped was honestly the best day on Twitter. The funniest memes were coming out like every hour, and I can't remember the last time I've had that much fun during a game announcement. Like, look at this So in any case, I'm gonna leave the trailer in the background, but I highly suggest you go watch it before finishing this video. A link to that will be in the description. So with that out of the way, let's finally talk about Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. First, I wanted to give some background on who's responsible for Nick All-Star Brawl. This game is being developed by Fair Play Labs, Ludosity, and published by Game Mail Entertainment. And if you've been following Nickelodeon licensed games for a while, Game Mail Entertainment should sound familiar. Game Mail Entertainment is a video game publisher based in Minnesota that has been collaborated with really big ass brands like Disney, Universal, Cartoon Network, and wouldn't you know, Nickelodeon for a while. Speaking of which, these guys are responsible for publishing the past two most recent Nick crossover games, being Nickelodeon Kart Racers 1 and its sequel, Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2 Grand Prix. If there could be any indication of their experience, this would be it. Next up, we have Fair Play Labs. This is a Costa Rica-based studio that, according to their website, specializes in game and software development. Some of the games they worked on previously are Scribblenauts Showdown, IO, Rain Tail, and Head Snatchers. Interestingly enough, they've had a working relationship with Game Mail Entertainment previously when they developed G.I. Joe Operation Blackout in 2018. Now, according to posts made by a Ludosity developer, Elias Forsland, on the Ludosity Discord, Fair Play Labs is responsible for the graphics and animations found in Nick All-Star Brawl. Finally, on the topic of Ludosity, this Sweden-based game development studio is responsible for the game engine, mechanics, as well as character and stage mechanics for Nick All-Star Brawl. For many, including myself, and I don't mean this as a way to undermine the other developers, but Ludosity is the key player here, and this is mainly due to their work on Slap City. For those of you who are unaware, Slap City is a very well-made platform fighting game that takes concepts from Smash Bros. Melee as well as Project M and expands on them tenfold. This game has garnered a potent competitive community that also has the full support from the developers. With many licensed games, there's a stigma about their quality, and unfortunately this stigma is often justified. If I were to say the phrase bargain bin games, there's a very clear picture that comes to mind. However, and we'll never know until the game comes out, Nick All-Star Brawl has some potential here solely on talent alone. And it's even clear that Nickelodeon has realized this too. According to an article on Kotaku, the team stated that Nickelodeon approached Ludosity after the success of Slap City and is also very open to the team's suggestions. This move kind of shows that Nick is looking to create a quality title that will last some time. They could have hired anyone to create this type of game, yet they chose a seasoned set of developers who know this genre like the back of their hand. I don't know about you, but this seems like the perfect decision. While we're on the subject, let's talk about the game itself. As shown from the trailer, Nick All-Star Brawl is a platform fighting game that will release this fall on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, and PC. So far we've seen 14 characters revealed, and those are SpongeBob, Patrick, Sandy, Danny Phantom, Reptar, Oblina, Powdered Toast Man, Lincoln and Lucy Loud, Helga Pataki, Nigel Thornberry, Zim, Michelangelo, and Leonardo. We're looking at a super varied roster that I would argue, despite its few inclusions, is really unique and hard to tell which each character will play like. By the way, if you want to see an in-depth analysis about the shown movesets for the characters and get a better idea what the game will play like, please check out Rydell's gameplay analysis video, which I linked in the description. Another interesting note about these inclusions is that the movesets for the characters are deeply referential to the source material. For example, Mikey and Donatello seem to have moves that reference past TMNT games, games. SpongeBob and Patrick also have moves that are inspired by iconic moments from the show. With this being the case, we can assume that all characters will receive the same treatment, which is exciting in its own right. If you want to learn more about the references found in the trailer, definitely check out Kingly Nerd's video on what they found on YouTube. Also, feel free to check out TTTTSD's tweets showing some of the references to the Ninja Turtles' moves. Before we move on, I just wanted to mention some extra characters that could potentially appear in the final roster. When the announcement happened, Target, Walmart, GameStop, and Best Buy all got an online listing for the game. However, I think it was Walmart had their product listing with box art depicting silhouettes of characters that weren't shown off in the trailer. These characters are Korra and Aang from Avatar, Ren and Stimpy from Ren and Stimpy, Cat Dog from Cat Dog, maybe Crumb from All Real Monsters, and maybe Dora from Dora the Explorer. These last two I'm a little iffy about since the shapes on the silhouettes are a little bit more abstract, so please take this entire list with a grain of salt. In addition to the characters, we also have 13 confirmed stages so far. In the trailer, we've seen Jellyfish Fields, the Flying Dutchman ship, Glove World, Manhattan, the Turtle Sewer Lair, Technodrome, some sort of Urkin ship, the Ghost Zone, the Western Air Temple, and the Loud's House. The other two stages in the trailer that were revealed are a cemetery and a junkyard of sorts, but I could not figure out what property they're from, so if you do know, please feel free to leave a comment. Besides that though, according to an IGN article covering the announcement, they said that 20 levels based on Nickelodeon shows should be represented in the final game, so that leaves us with about 7 unaccounted for. Really quick, I just wanted to mention that this article also said that there would be an ability to unlock new moves for every character. However, it's been deconfirmed by the developers, so there could be more stages on their way, but it's hard to say with the information we have so far. Next, I want to talk a little bit about the game's features and how it will play. In true platform fighting game fashion, Nick All-Star Brawl will have the genre standard of ledge grabbing, aerials, normals, specials, DI, and so on. Additionally, the game will include wave dashing and wave landing as a mechanic. We can see some of this in the trailer on the Technodrome stage where Patrick waveland shield drops through a platform and presumably back airs. If this seems intimidating or starts to turn you off, do not worry. Ludosity developer Elias Forsland said the game is less tech heavy than Slap City, but still accessible. This accessibility does not simplify the game though. Forsland has gone on to say that the game plays much faster than Slap City, incorporates unique mechanics such as air grabbing, and a whole new system for grabs and throws. Furthermore, Joel Nystrom, CEO of Ludosity, has said in that Kotaku article that Nickelodeon is absolutely on board with having the game be competitively viable. That's been in the conversation from the start. That's why they came to us. In addition to mechanics, the game will also feature rollback netcode on applicable platforms, an online lobby system, and other single and multiplayer modes with online support for up to 4 players. All of these aspects add up to a very quality experience, and if any of these seem familiar, it's because it's what fans of mainline Smash Bros. Games have been asking for so long, but more on that at the end of the video. Really quick, I just want to go over some small tidbits of information about the game that I didn't have a place for anywhere else in the video. Here's a tier list posted by a playtester of the game. But of course, definitely take this tier list with a grain of salt, because the game is still very much in development. And take this next piece what you will as well. In that same Kotaku article, there was, quote, talks of post-release support, so maybe we're gonna see some DLC? I want to preface this tiny discussion by saying that I could and probably am wrong about a lot of my arguments coming up. However, I do think it's worth at least thinking about what the evolution of the platform fighting game genre. There was an interesting quote left by Elias Forsland in the Kotaku article. Seemingly at the end of the interview, Forsland stated that, "I hope that this game can inspire others to keep experimenting with the platform fighting game genre. It's more than 20 years old now, but it still feels like a young genre with lots of potential," and that statement really resonated with me. I don't think anyone would argue that the platform fighting game genre started back in 1996 with the release of Smash 64 and maintained its popularity with the Smash Bros. Series. Hell, the genre is even referred to as Smash games, Smash likes, or more negatively, Smash clones, since games in this genre are so synonymous to Smash. And it's not like this happens with malintent, since regardless on how you feel about practices with netcode, mechanics, or roster inclusions, and I agree these are valid complaints, don't get me wrong, and I complain about them too, Masahiro Sakurai and his team consistently deliver a high level of quality with each Smash title. This facilitates that weird, distorted belief that Smash games should only be made by Smash developers. However, I feel like Smash Bros. Isn't all that platform fighting games have to offer. A game in this genre should not have to be like those other games to be good. Yes, I admit, sometimes the statement isn't true. You have games like Battle Stadium DON, Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion XL, and TMNT Smash Up, who try adamantly to replicate the formula while also attempting to fortify their own identity. Yet in 2021, these games are not at the forefront of the conversation, nor are sequels being made. However, now I'd like to think that we're at the beginning of a new age, or like a new era in the platform fighting game genre. I would argue that the genre started to grow its legs and deviate from the Smash Bros. Formula with mods and fan projects based on Smash games. Some of these are Project M, Silly Melee, Super Smash Bros. 2, and even Smash Remix. From there, we've seen these ideas fostered and expanded upon in new original works. Rivals of Aether, Slap City, and Brawlout are just some of the many games breathing new life into the genre. Even post Smash Ultimate's final DLC character release, we still have more platform fighting games to look forward to. We have McCloud Gaming's incredible indie crossover Framemakers, Rushdown Revolt, and Dan Vernacci's sequel to Rivals of Aether, among many more on the way, introducing fresh ideas on different ways to enjoy and play these games. The prospect of a Nick platform fighting game is really special, not only because there'll be a large audience, great netcode, incredible memes, the potential of a competitive scene developing, and a badass roster, but also because it shows that publishers, developers, big and small, and large companies are starting to appreciate the value of this genre. They are starting to realize that there's room in this space to innovate miles ahead of what Smash Bros. Is doing. In the long term, this does nothing but good for the future of platform fighting games. We are most likely going to see new titles like this Nickelodeon one, helmed by developers with many years of experience and a deep mechanical understanding of the possibilities of this genre, create these amazing games with exciting varied concepts. There's a lot to be hopeful with Nick All-Star Brawl. I mean, of course, there's always the chance that this game could come out and be absolute booty cheeks, absolute ass, but with the amount of eggs in Game Mill Entertainment, Fair Play Labs, and Ludosity's basket, it's hard not to get excited about what this game could be. So now, we just wait. From then on, it'll be a wild ride.